Hey y'all, welcome. So I'm waiting till a couple people come in and then we're gonna get to talking about what I need to say, y'all. I got a little bit of time today. I got a little bit of time today. Sorry for the yellowing lighting going on. I'm outside and the way the sun is hitting, I'm seeing on here there's like some little yellowing, I don't know, areas or whatnot. But yeah, so how y'all doing? I hope everybody is doing well. Um, it's sad that I have to do this topic, but it needs to be done because a lot of people lives depend on it. So I'm just gonna wait for some more people to come in, give YouTube time to send out the notifications or whatever the case may be. Give it like 1 or 2 more minutes and then we're gonna get started with what I have to say, okay? Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up button when y'all come in. I appreciate it. Wanna come in here? Y'all, I feel like I know for a fact people don't listen. And you know, when you get to a certain age and you literally realize that you can't comprehend or you choose not to comprehend. Seed Vision said congrats to your daughter again. Thank you so much. When you feel like you can't comprehend things, when people can say things and you got these people that's just so full of themselves that they think that they are right about anything and they can't learn nothing. Hey PNG, they can't learn nothing from nobody. You know, that's a sad way to be in this thing called life. That's literally a sad way to be. And you know, I always say this. In life, as you get older, there should be something called growth. You know, you should be striving to be a better person. You should be striving to learn. If you don't know how to talk to people, or if you don't know, if you don't know how to talk to people or engage conversation with people, and it comes out right, you got a lot to learn. But there's a lot of people that is full adults that don't know how and don't choose to learn. Okay? And there's a lot of people that can't comprehend. Cannot comprehend. I see that a lot. I can blankly say something and on a video and people take it, it's like, what? Huh? Like, it is sad. It's extremely sad. It's literally sad. I mean, I know elementary kids that's got that IQ level is low, and it's not me being mean. It's not me because the level, and you know what? And it's this thing. It's two different things. Either they cannot comprehend, or they comprehend and they just mean. Actually, three different things. Or they're not even taking the time out to get the whole facts. They're on there skipping. That's like you start a new season for a show and you skip episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 purposely and you go to episode 6 and you think you know everything. You see something that's happening in that episode and you're like, oh, I would, but you don't know what's been happening between episode 1 to 5. You just assuming. That's how some people do, us content creators. They skip, see something, bump their gums, think they know it all, and then there we go, you know. So why am I saying that? We in this thing, Long Beach Joe Jets, hey. So we in this thing called life, all right? And life is life. It's just doing it every day. Due to everything that's going on, we in survival mode. Believe it or not, we in survival mode. Money is tight, prices is high, and we got people over, that man over in that country that started with an R. We don't know what he gonna do from one thing to the next. You got the country start with a C. We know we get a lot of stuff from over there. We don't know what they gonna do from one thing to the next. We got wars and stuff that's going on that could easily affect us, but people so wound up in we are the country that we in that nothing can never happen. Which just like, there's a first time for everything. You can't say that. Don't nobody know what can happen. But we see things and hear things that people say, and you just don't know. You know, you don't know. But people minds. But everybody's open to their opinion, right? That's fine. Until it's your opinion. Until it's your opinion, then some of us is not open to our opinion. We got to agree with you. You know, you got some people like that. If everybody don't agree with me, then, you know, I don't want to have no parts. I don't want to have no dealings. I'm going to do this, that, and the other. All right, so I say all that to say this. We in survival mode, okay? I did a video that I said I have been wrong. I have been wrong to a certain extent. And if y'all watch that video, you know what I'm talking about. I'm still big on prepping and having food and stuff that's not highly processed or not full of salt. Salt is the main thing when it comes to me. Is we shouldn't have that much salt, whether you have a problem or not, okay? We should not have that much sodium. And I've talked about this for years. A lot of people prep for a lot of things where everything is full of salt. You don't think that's healthy. But as I start seeing different things, and this is part of growing. This is part of prepping, scaling back. If you think you're going to live in life and never have to change something, you got another thing coming. You're going to have to change with the times. Because see, back then when I was saying don't do this, I know what's going on now was going to happen. Not in the way that it's going on. So that's where it comes in. You have to change. You have to adjust. You can't be stuck in the 1800s with the way they did things in the 1800s and expect yourself to flourish in 2024. It goes the same way. You can't be stuck in the way things was done 2000 and expect to flourish this year, because things is done, technology is different. We can't control that. We can only adjust to it and try to you know, do what we can. That's why I say prepping ain't for the lazy, it ain't for the weak. It's not. Because you're gonna constantly have to adjust and change and try to, you know, add things. You're not gonna get it right the first time, you know. You're not going to do it, all right? So I got an email today. When you send me an email and the email is so long that you have to send me a part 2, I could see if it was a positive email, but it wasn't. It was a negative email, and I got to all the 5 sentences on your part 1, and I deleted everything. Well, I didn't delete it. I took it. I always keep my receipts. I took it and I put it, you know, where I won't even see it in my email. I marked it as red and put over, and I ain't even read it. Because 5 sentences into it told me everything I needed to know. When you send me an email that long and it's negative, I ain't finna read that crap. Wasting my time. I don't need your negativity in my life. We have enough negativity going on with the outside world. I don't need that in my life. That's part of growing. Because I would have probably read it about 2-3 years ago. Probably would have read it and dwelled on it and dwelled on. I ain't doing that no more. I got too many things I need to focus on than some other human being walking around on this earth. Bodies made, we in the same thing. We got the same thing for a body, a vessel, just made different, look different or whatnot. But that don't put you don't make you no better than me. Okay? This is why I don't deal with people. I don't I don't deal with some people. There are some good people out there, but a lot of people I don't deal with because people don't think. People are selfish. People are mean. People are, I got a word I want to use, but I ain't going to use it. Some people, don't get me wrong, some people are just hateful, you know? But the person was talking about, they didn't think that I needed to tell nobody to buy processed food. Now, I've been against that. That's why I said I was wrong to a certain extent. Until I figured out a way that we probably can make processed foods. And when I say processed foods, I'm talking about only meat, pretty much. The main thing is meat. I've tried so many different things. I've tried being vegan. I've tried vegetarian. I've tried so many different lifestyles. And what I come to find out, every lifestyle is not for everybody. With me being anemic and found out to a lot of my the way I felt for years, ever since a child, I've been anemic. I didn't know that. Iron deficiency anemic. My daughter's the same way. I have people in my family that is, or that had issues with, with it. Some people left a comment and called themselves preaching, thought they was doing something or whatever the case may be. They left a comment, and this is what gets me. This is my channel. When people, I take advice, okay? I take advice. I'm good. I'm open for it. I'm open to learning things. I really am. But when people come on your channel and try to tell you what to do and downplay, I don't care how they dress it up. See, I'm sick of people trying to do that. People come and try to dress it up and put things in a way so they can go back and say, oh, I didn't mean it that way. You took it out of proportion. No, I took it the way you wrote it. And you ain't gonna tell me no different. I'm not playing that game with people. That's the game. People try to dress things up so they can make you look bad. It seems like that's the thing with the world today. It's all about making somebody else look bad and to make them think that they don't know what they're talking about. So I had people that made comments, okay, besides the email, saying we don't need no enriched food. That's your opinion. I left your comment on it. That's fine. But to downplay what I'm saying in my video, that's the problem. If you feel that you can get by with not having a meat source, that is you. But coming from somebody with experience and a tried and being an open book and trying things, everybody's body cannot go without a meat source. I don't care what you are. Everybody's body is not made up the same. Me personally, my daughter, we can eat all the plant-based food we need for iron, okay? Do your research. We can do all the non-heme food as we want. You only going to absorb only a very small amount of iron in that plant-based, in the non-heme food. It's the animal heme that we need. Your eggs, your meat, or we can't thrive. I've always been a meat person, and when I don't eat meat, I'm sick, okay, if I don't eat meat. Always been that way. So you cannot throw on there and tell people, oh, you don't need this, you don't, because you're not them. People have to look deep into their bodies and what their body needs. Just with the iron situation, we talked to our doctors. This particular doctor said there's different types of anemia. You have anemia where people have too much iron in their bodies naturally. too much iron. That's considered a type of anemia. Then you have people like us where we don't have enough iron in our body. And then you got other type of types of anemia. We have to get as much iron as we can. But that's us. That may not be for you. We need meat. Okay, I got rid of my chickens. I got rid of my quail because it was too stressful. For one person, for me to do everything that I have to do, it was too stressful. So what do? I don't have that meat source. That took away from a lot of my meat source if something were to happen. So I started thinking, okay, you can get the dried meat, you can get stuff like that, but I'm going to have to take some of this stuff off the shelves that I've said I won't buy. That's me going back, having to go backtrack and make some changes. Because I didn't know I was anemic until earlier this year. But after getting my results and everything from years and years, going back, getting medical, I found out I've been anemic. My mom is anemic. My daughter is, and other family members. So, now I know, okay, hey, that's something runs in your family. Can't do nothing about it. Could be worse. I'll take it. But now I got to backtrack with my prepping. When I said I wouldn't, that's why they say never say what you won't do. When I said I wouldn't buy all the spam, all the stuff. I know some people say I'm going to keep mine, and I'm glad you did. Because you did what was best for you. You know your situation. So all I did yesterday was like, you know what? I got to buy it. We need that meat source. We're going to need that. So what do I do now? Find out ways to take a lot of that sodium and that gunk out of it. And I thought about my granny used to boil wieners, hot dogs, whatever you call them, stick holes in them and boil them. And you would see the salt foam up coming out of the hot dogs. She would pull that off, add new water, and boil them a little bit, just a little bit more to keep them, heated. And that was taking some of it, not all of it, but some of it out. Another thing, using the vinegar. Soaking, taking it out. These are things you're going to need to know how to do to make what may not be good just a little bit more better. And that's what I learned. That's what I would buy vinyls here and there and stuff like that, but I was like, all that sodium, they preserving it. But I've always told you, when you go to canning, and some people, they didn't agree to this, and that's fine. But I've said it for years, and I will continue to say it. I don't care how much you holler, I changed the ingredients. When you go to using a lot of them recipes, that most canning recipes require you to use a lot of sugar and a lot of salt to preserve, because I have done it. I have canned some of everything in my life. And I know the amount of sugar and the amount of salt the recipe required me to put in just to make sure I get the acidity level up to preserve it. That's no different from you buying the stuff on the shelf. You just got a little bit few more added ingredients they don't put in it, all different type of acid and stuff. But it's no different when it comes to the salt and the sugar that you buy out the store. You buy the stuff off the shelves. You're just doing it at home. So at the end of the day, I don't care what nobody's saying, how they try to doctor it up and smooth it over. It's still processed. You're just processing it. But you still so what can we all do? Whether you get it off the shelf, whether you do it at home, when you open it up, rinse that stuff off that is in the can, even if you preserved it and you know what you put in it. If you had to put a lot in it, a lot of sugar and stuff, rinse it off. Rinse it off, boil it off or whatever, and try to take it back to some type of, it won't never be its natural state, but it'll be better for you. That's all I was saying. But I got people want to come in and downplay, oh, you don't need to rinse. Somebody talked about yellow fire. I didn't even say nothing about no dyes in the video. And I'm just like, people, and this is my thing. I don't care what you put down, what you say. But other people read the comments, and they may veer towards the nonsense that you done made up in your head and saying that didn't have nothing to do with what I'm saying in the video. You just want to make everything that I say be something that's not right. And then people coming in saying, well, you should go to this channel and look at what they do. I'm not doing that. And I'm taking your comment off. Do you hear anybody say, oh, you should go to Mississippi Girl life and say, no, you don't. So why would you to do that in mine when it probably the owner of the channel under another account advertising their own channel and my stuff? But you're gonna downplay and tell me, oh, you're not doing it right, go look at them. I think highly of myself and the information that I put out to be truthful enough to say, hey, I'm somebody too, and my thoughts matter for those that's gonna listen. So all of you that want to come on and downplay, keep downplaying, because you the one gonna starve, honey. You the one ain't gonna have what you need to have. And a lot of them, y'all, I'm to the point where I don't even interact with them, because a lot of them be one person with 50 accounts. It be the same person be the same person making 50 accounts talking to themselves. And they think people is stupid, and people gonna say, and some people will say, oh, that's 3 or 4 people coming, honey. Sometimes it be the same person. Sometimes it be content creators that's got channel you had never thought of going over there. I don't have time for that. A person that can't reveal themselves true to me, whether you got a channel where I could see your face and put a name to what you're doing, a person that hides behind stuff is a coward to me. And you don't require my time anymore. So that's why I done scaled back a lot. And it's called growth. It's called getting older, and it's called growing. And a lot of people lack that. So when it comes to my prepping and the way I prep, I'm not sorry if I'm stepping on somebody's toes, and I'm giving the truth and telling it like it is and being down to earth and giving real life, and you over there making up all this stuff, doing this, and you just looking for a way to get a paycheck. So you just saying this and you get mad when somebody come on the scene and telling the truth, telling it how it is. I'm not sorry for that. I'm going to tell and show what I do. And this is another reason why I stopped teaching a lot, whether it's gardening or this, because some people can't be taught. You can't lead the blind. Some people can't be taught. Some people, it's just who they are. It's just, I stop. You'll see what I do. If you agree with it, you agree with it. If you don't, you don't. That is perfectly fine. But if you come over here and not have your opinion, that's different. But the purposely and the amount of comments I had to take out, you're not hurting me. You're hurting other people. When other people that is not strong-minded will actually read that and may go with some of the nonsense that you're saying. And why? When we all supposed to be trying to give each other ideals of ways to do things. We done ran out of time with this, oh, we got time to prep, we got time to do this. You don't have time because you don't know what these people is planning. You don't have that much time. We all on borrowed time when it comes to prepping. You don't have that time. It is what it is. If something were to happen, what you have on hand is what you gonna have to deal with. If you got 2 bags of rice and you could have did better, that's what you're gonna have to deal with. 2 bags of rice, and I hope your stomach don't start licking your back anytime soon. But I'm telling you, 2 bags of rice ain't gonna sustain you. If you have acid reflux, I'm gonna start saying acid reflux because a lot of people don't understand what GERD is. It's just a more advanced stage of acid reflux, which is what me and my kids have. But acid reflux, if you have acid reflux, honey, you need food. When that gut get empty and you got acid reflux, that acid gonna eat your gut up. Point blank period. You need food. Those of you that may be on medication, you can't take it without food if you ain't got enough food and the right type of food. You're gonna need food. You're gonna need water. Don't holler, I'm just gonna pray. No, you need to be doing 2 things. PP. Praying and prepping. Because God done told you to prep. If you read your Bible and don't listen to what everybody else saying, you actually dig deep, go into your Bible and read it for yourself, you will see different accounts where you need to prepare. Faith without work is dead. I've said that for years and years. And I got that from my granny. And that goes in different ways. I heard that from growing up. That people take that meaning and put it whichever way you want to put it. But having faith and not trying to help yourself, that ain't going to work. That's not going to work. That's like going out there saying, I'm going to pray. I pray every day. I go to worship every Sunday. But I'm going to be evil and bad for the rest of the week. And I know I'm doing it. But it'll be all right, though, because I prayed. Keep dreaming. You're going to have to prepare. And it's every man for themselves at this point. Because we done had time and time and time and time. People miss the big picture. There could not even be something that hit us direct. It could be something that break out somewhere else that keeps supplies from coming into this country. And by the time everybody run to the stores and grab everything and nothing else coming in, we done already saw this before. We done saw this before. And those of you that's Christian, that consider yourself to be Christian, and you're not prepping, then I'm questioning you. Because in the Bible, it said in the last days that things was going to happen. We'll never be completely prepared. We'll never be, when this thing called, some of you may know what I'm finna say, and some of you, but when this thing called the Great Tribulation break out, everything we prepare for, we may open a can of something and it's got worms in it. We never know. But at least leading up to that, when we have to literally depend on God spiritually to be spiritually fed. And if you ain't got no type of skills or being prepared, then it's going to be you. Nobody it's yours. So sit down, analyze everything that somebody say when somebody is trying to help people. And they're not perfect, and they have to backtrack and bring everything changed. Technology over the last decades and decades has changed. So why can't I change? Why can't I change the way I prep when I see things has changed? Like, come on. People so closed-minded and want to be know-it-all. And you got some people, look, you can learn something from people whether they're young or old. You got some people that don't want to learn nothing from the young ones. You got the young ones don't want to learn nothing from the old ones. But at the end of the day, you need food and water. All of us need food and water. At the end of the day, no matter what color your skin is, what gender you is, our bodies run off food and water. And then you talk about you don't need this and you don't need that. To say it for myself, like, girl, you somebody don't buy no viennas and no pottage meat. You get hungry, your stomach licking your back, you get anything gonna be good. Anything. You see a bug, you might end up fighting over a worm. You get hungry enough. Anything. So before and I'm talking to myself. Because I went years of not prepping certain things because I don't want to prep things that's bad. But now we got another way around it. Learn how to make it somewhat healthy. Somebody said instant noodles ain't good, it's diabetic. Okay, people that's diabetic, if they ain't got food, they almost in a worse situation. So, if you gotta eat some noodles, don't put the whole packet in it. Take a pack of noodles if you diabetic and lessen it, and you should have so many vegetables that you can't even see the noodles if you have to eat it. Common sense. Common sense. You can I always say get no salt canned vegetables. You can get them from Great Value at Walmart. But if you gotta get the ones with salt, boil them things and pour that water off and add some fresh water to it, which come in handy. You're going to need a lot of water to do that. Well, there's a will, there's a way. Some people just do not, they want to complain and they want to just nitpick and just do this, that they not thinking. We all in this together. Something happen and food and stuff can't come over here. We all in this together. And it ain't nothing that nobody is making up. If you get on there and you see what I keep saying, you got to listen to what the other countries is doing. There's been so many different things that's been said to let us know people ain't happy with us over here. So this ain't something that's being made up. This is something that's actually going on in the world. You just got to see. You got to stop being lazy and complaining and making all type of excuses. And I'm going to say this. I'm to the point where I can't make everything from scratch. I got too much to do. I got kids. I got too much to do. I am not finna run myself ragged. Being 37 years old, walking around looking like I'm 90. I'm not finna do it. So guess what? When I wanted to do everything from scratch, that's too much. Too much for what's going on in this thing called life. So I'll make my bread. I'll try to freeze it if I don't get to it. But tell you this, if I go in that store and I got 79-cent loaf of bread, I'm bringing it home, putting it in the freezer. I ain't hollering, I got a bread machine, I know how to make bread, or I know how to make this. I ain't gonna buy that. I'm buying it. I am. Yep. The only thing that I'm being skeptical of is my gluten and my dairy. Because see, I know those things don't work with me. And there's a lot of meat sources and stuff that I can get that's gluten free, but it's in a can. I'll just have to doctor it up the best way I can to make it healthy as possible. So that's where I'm at. I'm not going to sit there and think I know it all. I give you what I'm doing. I give you my opinion. I give you what I see and I feel we need to be. If you don't like it, don't down me on. That's what you're not going to do. You're not going to down me and take what I say and act like I'm a nobody. Like, I'm not saying you're not going to do that. That's draw the line right there. Now, your opinion, hey, I do this right here. Maybe you should try to do that. That's fine and dandy. Give me your opinion. Give me your advice. It's a way to talk. Your parents ain't never told you it's a way to talk to somebody. It's a way to talk. That's part of your manners. That goes for this thing on here when you get to typing. And the way it come off out your mouth onto the letters of your keyboard into a message for MGL is the way I'm going to take it. Simple as that. So, I'm going to do it the way I do it. I'm going to take advice when people give advice. If I could use it, I'm going to use it. And I hope don't nobody's stomachs be licking their back. Try to get some juices or something. Stop laughing. But I'm being funny. I'm being serious. It's not funny. I'm being serious. Because this is another thing. Preserving food. Let me tell you something. I don't know if I told y'all this. The other night we was doing DoorDash, okay? And we coming down the road. I couldn't say nothing. All I could do was go. That's all I could do. Black bear. Come out. If my window was down, all I had to do was extend this much from here, from this part of my arm to my fingers. All I had to do was do this and I would have touched his face. We saw one the other day. Somebody hit him on the side of the road, hit another. Black bears. You know how smart a black bear is? Don't holler, oh, I'm just going to do this. When you are prepping, you got to prep in different ways. Prepping is a whole nother job. You have to prep in different ways. You got to be ready. If survival is about being ready for almost anything, Get out here and put some food out here and times get rough and they keep doing that and you look outside, you see a black bear if you got them in your area or hyenas or whatever is in your area out here. You ain't finna go out here trying to tangle with no bear. And a bear come in your house, your car, and anything else. And I ain't trying to do it. The most I need to do is go grab a bow and arrow and try to get him for meat. But he probably done messed up all your vegetables. And they don't grow overnight. So you better have your vegetables and use the bear for meat if you can get you a bow and arrow or some lead and get it if time. That's if we in survival mode and everybody trying to get food. And that'll be a lot of meat if you can get it. But everything outside may be destroyed. He probably done been out there for a while overnight and he done chowed down. Okay? Things like that, when I see stuff like that, it opens my eyes. I'm always turning my head. When I see stuff, I'm turning. I was taught at a young age about discernment. You have to discern. You can't sit and wait for people to come down. And God ain't finna come down and tap you on the shoulder and say, MGL, you know, this is Jehovah talking to you. Known as God. For those of you that don't know God's name, because I come across that a lot. People don't know God's name. But I need you to put some peas in the ground, some beans in the ground. Because, you know, I done said in the last days, things going to get hard and all this. And this is what I need you to do now. I need you to do. He's not finna baby feed you. He's not finna come down and tap you on the shoulder and tell you this. No. But maybe he don't put people in your path to remind you. Did you listen? There's a lot of preppers on here. There's a lot of content creators on here that is speaking about prepping. Been doing it for a long time. And you probably done came across them. And you probably done said, oh, I ain't doing that. Whose fault is that? How you know God didn't put them in your path to give you to ring the bell in your head to try to tell you, hey, this is something you probably want to pay attention to. A lot of times things be put right in our face and we overlook it. Because we worried about some old nonsense that ain't even worth it. We worried about trying to shame somebody, trying to bring somebody down, trying to take from somebody, that's what you worried about. Stepping on other people's toes, sitting behind these accounts and stuff. Ain't got nothing else to do. When there's a lot you can be doing, because one thing you can be doing is preparing, learning survival. That's a lot right there. I'm gonna read some of y'all comments. Salute PNG. Grown folks' perspective said, because we are a free country, we are vulnerable to all sorts of things. You stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Marshall, hey Tarsha. Perspective. Hey, Andrea. Talk about it. Peace and blessings, the off-grid trucker. Hey, Mo Love. Hey. Absolutely correct. You can eat according to your blood type. Like, some can eat meat and some can't. Period. Keep doing. I said thank you. Exactly. I'm O blood type, and there's things I'm not supposed to have. So yeah, I've tried off and on eating for my blood type probably about 15 years now. Off and on. So yeah. Long Beach, Georgia, facts, trolls with multiple. And I'm gonna tell you something about that. Sometimes it be trolls that you know personally, or trolls that you are acquaintance with. Sometimes it be people that you know personally, and you have an idea of it if you pay attention, and they sit back and they're not doing what you doing, and they want to throw you off your game. Sometimes you got to. I'm telling you. Sometimes it be people that you know, whether it's back home, like for me. People back home. It could be people that I know, you know, and like acquaintances. And so it's a lot of people that if they're too lazy or simple-minded to do what you're doing and they know it's right, but they don't want to put in the time, they want to stop you. So sometimes trolls be people that may talk to you on the phone, or people you may have had dealings with, in your past. And they sit back. That's the one thing about social media. You never know who's watching. Never know. Hey, Brenda. She said, hey, Charmaine. Hey, Charmaine. Love your blog. Thank you. Said, I love you. She telling the truth. Sometimes you have to overlook some people and some people. And you know what? I get that a lot. When I come on and I talk like this, it's because y'all don't understand. It don't bother me. You don't understand how easy people are to be persuaded. So when people leave certain comments, a lot of time people go straight to the comments. And a person can persuade someone before they even look at your content. And if you get the right person that think they know exactly what they're talking about, and they persuade, that person right there could not do the full potential of what they need to do to prepare. So that's why I'll bring it out to try to explain. I could explain more verbally than typing it. It is just me. I'm more of a verbal, hands-on type of person. And a lot of people is like that. So when there's a need for me to talk about things like that, especially if it's been left in my comments over and over and all that, I'm going to do it because my goal is to help as many people as possible. Okay? So, and a lot of people gravitate to your comments. A lot of people would gravitate to the comments before they even watch the video, even if they even watch the video. And you got people that put things in your comment for that purpose. Just like I know people do that. You got people that will put things in your comments for that purpose. You just don't understand how evil people are. People are evil. A lot of people, not all people, but a lot of people are evil. The truth, it will be famine. Yes. My God. My word for this year is PIVOT. You better. New information. I heard you, grown folks' perspective. It will be a famine. And people will be breaking up the pavement just to grow food. Yes, Sandra? Yes. Talking to Mississippi people is like going back in time. Not all of us. I'm a Mississippi girl. Not all of us rich, exotic. I guess that's what it is. I don't know. Hold on. You laugh. I don't even know how to even take that now that I read that. Hey, Angie, Grace. My child is in the military, and they told them to tell their families to prepare. What, Sandra? Don't surprise me. That ain't the first. You ain't the first person that I done heard say that. Don't surprise me. I see things here. Y'all know our background. I see things here, but some things you just can't say. You can't, So I get you. Thanks. Grab this 79-cent bread. Yes. Throw it up in that deep freezer. You gonna need it. You sound like somebody great grandma already. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'd rather sound like somebody great grandma than to sound like some of these people my age, my peers and younger. How they and some older, how they be sounding and doing things. I'd rather be on the grandma side when it comes to my knowledge and my little wisdom. I still got a lot to learn, but I'd rather be on that. I'd rather be on that side of sounding like them than to be on this new age side, because it ain't gonna get nobody nowhere. Yes, I have a garden stuff on this channel, but I have a second channel, Amazing Grace Garden. A lot of people who are trying to down you, they are not doing anything. Exactly. And I would not let them put stuff in the comments to persuade other people, because baby, I got tough skin. They is not gonna They're not going to persuade me. I enjoy learning and going back and learning and doing. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. It's part of life. But you got, everybody don't have my mindset. Everybody is not cut from the same type of cloth I'm cut from. So if I can kind of protect somebody from hearing the nonsense in the comments that I know maybe persuade them, then I will do it. I will do it. It's policy. What did you come up with? That name? Oh. Blessing. Hey, Tanya. She got to be acting. She don't talk like that. She got to be acting. She don't talk like that. Rich. So I guess you on here trying to be funny. Because the more I read your messages, it seems like you're trying to be funny. But you'll be okay. You'll be okay. I'm country. So that's why you said talking to Mississippi people is like going back in time. It is what it is, but I'm gonna tell you this. Being from Mississippi made me who I am today. And I think highly of myself, as I should and as y'all should. So whatever you trying to say or whatever it is, it's fine. It's fine. Ain't gonna change me. I ain't gonna lose no sleep. I'll pray about it. Wow. In your town. I think you're talking about the bear. Yep. If you talking about the bear, yep. Mika, I'm with you on growing your own food. Yes. I can't say your name. I see, but yes. Exactly. It's taught to keep that head on swivel and stay steps ahead and to myself. Yes, Shauna. Exactly. Rhonda Beard. Hey, killing bears with bows and arrows. Hey, I'm talking about if it get bad, you'll be trying to kill anything with a bow. You'll be trying to kill anything. You know, I'm just saying if it gets bad. If it get bad, people gonna be trying to get whatever they can. Travel through. And I will eat. I don't have no problem with eating, you know, back home we eat possum and raccoons and all that. I don't have no problem with skinning something down and making a stew or something out of it. It is what it is. So yeah, I eat a bear. I got down to it. I eat a bear. Hey, traveling through. Brenda Jones. Hey. Hey. We have to be like the ant and do. I love that. So I'm glad you brought that up. We have to be like the ant and do what we need to do. It's not if it's going to happen. Keyword when it will happen. And a lot of people have the same mindset, running to the store and we will be at home. Exactly. And if y'all don't know what she's talking about when she said we have to be like the ant, what the ant prepares all summer. All summer. Takes food back, prepares, gather food all summer for the winter months. Hey, curly girl. Ava, been enjoying the videos of stocking up, and we have so many tomatoes. We have been preserving a lot and stocking up on water. Very important when coming to having resources. Exactly, Ava J. Exactly. Good afternoon, and thank you for what you do. You're welcome, Tyrone. As y'all can see, the channel has been a lot about prepping and stuff, and it's a reason for that. It's a reason for that. Like I say, it's part of growth. You know, I sat down and I had to look at what's more important. Me spending my time vlogging this, that, and the other, or you know, helping people to prepare as much as possible. Because I'm telling you, a lot of people, you think with these storms and stuff that's going on, and over the years the storms and stuff that we done had, and look how people suffered, and you mean to tell me you don't feel like that you should prepare when you see everything else that's brewing and all this? Like, really? Try to plant some dragon fruit. Okay. Rich, happy now. You finally got a bit of attention. You were looking for. Get him, PNG. I know. I know. You're right. We need food and water. We also need water for the garden. I'm trying to get rain barrel catcher system of some kind. I understand. I understand grown folks' perspective. I went and got more buckets from my bucket guy the other day, and I will not be drilling holes in those. They're going to get washed out really good, and I'm going to go into catching rainwater. Now, when I get these buckets, I don't get the lids to them, but I can always buy the lids, or I can always make makeshift lids or whatever. But yeah, I am starting to gather buckets that I won't put holes in them or grow in, so I can add stuff to them, and they are food grade buckets too. So I can always, if I got a bucket, I can always buy lids from somewhere. But please research them. Okay, traveling through. I know one thing about dragon fruit is send you to the bathroom. Like, you really gotta be at home. I mean, so I know it's a good fiber source. But I'll research it. This heat wave is crazy. It's murder on the garden, so very important with preserving everything. Exactly, Ava J. Exactly. We haven't had rain. I think today was the first time we had a few little sprinkles, nothing to do nothing. We hadn't had rain in a while. Okay, so exactly, Sandra. That is a good idea. Get you some extra garbage cans and put the black ones or the gallons and put water in. Exactly. Get that hose and go water the cucumbers because they droopy. They need some more water. You know which one they are? Okay. And don't water directly into the soil, not the plant. So yeah, y'all. So how many people understand what I'm saying about preserving? About preserving about getting, if you have to get like the canned meats, your spam and stuff, how many people understand what I mean about the sodium content and about boiling that meat or putting vinegar on it to take some of? How many people actually understand what I'm talking about when I say we have to go ahead and get that stuff and make it healthy as possible? If you understand what I'm saying when I say that, give me a thumbs up so I can see exactly how many people is following me on that. How many people understand what I'm saying? Let me know. And I'm gonna tell you something else too. In an emergency situation, how many? Yeah, let's do this right here. Then I got another question for y'all, and this gonna open your eyes up a little bit for those of you that feel like it should be certain things. Natasha PNG, during the lockdown time, a lady was sharing visions she got about next. Okay, traveling through. Brenda Smith, Tanya, Ava J, Shauna, Sandra. Okay, so y'all understand. All right. How many people has watched the shows Naked and Afraid? How many people have watched the show Naked and Afraid? And there's another one. It's another one that's not Naked and Afraid, but they are put out in parts of like Australia, Alaska, and stuff like that. How many people actually watch those shows? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you don't watch shows like Naked and Afraid. What is that other one? That's another one, but they put out in their solo and need to. There's one alone. Yes. So who watch those type of shows? where they're put out and they got to get their food and all this stuff. They got to try to make it. But with alone, they come out and do wellness checks every now and then. And if their body weight then drops significantly, they pull them. But it's for, I think it's 500,000 or either a million, something like that. They're going to win money with the last person standing. Okay, so y'all see that. Okay. You see how, and this is what I had to look at. You see how crazy they be going over the fact that they need meat. Meat. They find berries, they find different grass and stuff that's edible and stuff. But they always talk about that meat source. They need the fatty meat. They need the meat, the protein of a meat to try to keep them from losing weight. They need that. If you watch those shows, you see how they be trying to, sometimes fish, a lot of fish don't get it. They be happy for that rabbit. They be happy for that moose. They be happy for all that. So, when you look at an emergency situation, no matter what it is, if you don't have the amount of greens and beans and stuff like that, if you are a vegan or a vegetarian or whatever the case may be, and you don't have the amount of things that your body may be used to, you may have to resort to meat. If your body can't take meat and you know you eat a lot of beans and stuff as your protein and stuff like that, that's what you need to be stocking up on. But if your body works, you're going to need it. And that's what I had to tell myself. My body is different. I need that. So, needing that going to require me to stock up on meat. Canned meat is going to be processed unless it's freeze dried or something like that. That is why I had to go back and rethink some things. So, having a lot of vinegar, having a way to boil stuff, boil sodium and stuff out, having a way to make things soak, that's what we're going to have to do. So now I'm going back and saying, Vienna's, not pottage meat. It's that stuff too salty. You really can't boil that. That stuff is like chokehold salty. But anyway, Vienna's. What is some more? Spam. You can do turkey spam. I try to stay away from a lot of pork, but they got turkey varieties of stuff. But people have that ham in the can. I'll stick some holes in it, throw it on a boiler with some water and boil it. The end of the day, you throw it over in some rice or something. And then you got to look at this. You will be able to eat it straight out the can sometime. If you know that you're having, it's an emergency and you're having food and you gonna eat just say some spam. And you know that your meal for the rest of the day is not gonna consist of sodium, then yeah, eat that spam and don't boil the salt out, because your body still need a certain amount of sodium. So, but if you know that everything you got, you don't hardly have no vegetables, you don't hardly have this, you don't hardly have that, and you just got a lot of processed food, so you know your meal that you have for breakfast is high in sodium, what you got available for lunch, then that's when you need to start minimizing the sodium in a lot of that stuff. That's why it's important. Get meat, get vegetables. Get meat, get vegetables, get rice. Keep it simple. Ain't nobody trying to eat luxury style eating in an emergency situation. Your vegetables, canned vegetables, rice, and a canned meat. Because a lot of people ain't going to be able to have chickens, have quails. I've done that. My stress level is so much lower because I don't have the chickens and quails. Because one person having to deal with chickens, quails, gardening, all that, and buying feed, and they keep taking the feed up and all this, I had to so now I ain't got that, so I'm gonna resort to this. Somebody said canned chicken. Yes, canned chicken. They got canned turkey, but I will say this: canned chicken and like the canned turkey is so expensive now. So 1 or 2 cans here and there, but And then it don't be much in the cans too much. That's why I started saying, okay, that Spam got a good size, block in it. I could cut it up thinly. Everybody get 2 pieces of Spam or something. I'm trying to stay that it'll be turkey Spam when I start to get it. I guess that canned chicken without the gravy, but when you start getting like turkey and stuff with gravy, they don't put hardly no meat in it. It be mostly gravy. Something else you can stock up on is canned chili. Canned chili. That'll be something we could do. Now with that, it'll be in moderation because you can't boil chili and pour it out. You're gonna pour everything out, but that'll be over rice. But as for the loose meat, yeah, it'll be your canned chicken, your canned turkey, your Spam, your Viennas, things like that. Still, and with Viennas, chicken Viennas for me, because I still stay away from much pork. Chicken Viennas, turkey Spam, still trying to keep it somewhat healthy as possible, because you already know when you get home and you gonna doctor it up a little bit. Thank you, PNG, for putting my Cashapp information in the chat. I appreciate it. Somebody said, how about corned beef? Yeah, if that's what you like. But with corned beef, let me see. Is that like the hash, like corned beef hash or something? If it's like that, you can't boil like much or nothing out of that. So just know, if you ate corned beef hash that day, you ate a good amount and it's got a good amount of sodium and you ate it in the form that it came out the can, then the rest of that day you may have to have rice and vegetables. You got to lessen your sodium. You don't want to sit there and eat everything you eat is high in sodium. That's my thing right there, because you're going to cause some issues. They have Spam light, 50% less sodium. I think I saw that before. Grown folks perspective. So that's our meat. That'll help us out a lot. Because you don't want to tie yourself down doing all this canning and preserving and all this every single day and all this, and you tire yourself out somehow. You get tired. So sometimes we have to figure out ways that's better for us. Yes, I do that now. Also buy Keystone meat in the cans, and they are a foreign business. They only put sea salt in their meat, and it is so good. I've heard of that, son. So I've heard of that brand. Sea salt and sunshine. Salmon in the can. And see, that's another thing. I'm glad you said that. That's another thing. Somebody put and said, oh, they was talking about salmon, mackerel, and all that. And I have acid reflux. And what I've noticed is sardines give me mad acid reflux. Salmon give me mad acid reflux out the can. Mackerel give me mad acid reflux out the can. It does a dilly on my digestive system, and that just goes to show you everybody can't take everything. Yes, it sounds healthy, and let me tell you a little trick on something that I found out. Salmon blocks the absorption of iron. Not salmon, sardines. Sardines in the can, or sardines period, has something in them that it will make it hard for you to absorb iron. Look it up. So yes, that sounds nice and healthy and all that, but I can't take sardines and mackerel and stuff. Every time it gives me mad indigestion. Even if I have it in water, it gives me mad indigestion. So that goes to tell you, everybody's body is different. Everybody can't take the same stuff. So you'll have people putting things and saying things, and people are running and get it, and they ain't even figured out if their body can take it. That's why I used to say years ago, everybody preps is not going to look the same. But since we have to get the like I said, I'm gonna admit when I'm wrong. I was just like, no, I ain't getting no Spam, none of that. It's processed, it's heavily processed, it's all that. I know better now. I was dumb when it came to that. I know better now. But I was still trying to look out for having a lot of salt, extra salt we do not need. Okay? I was just thinking about canned chili that can be eaten cold as well. Yes, Tanya. Yup. Thank you, PNG, for putting my Amazon wish list in the chat. I appreciate it. Dragon fruit helps to prevent damage. Got you traveling through. But in the event of a situation, we may not be able to grow anything. Or you may not want people to know you got a garden. And with all the drones and stuff that fly around now, it's hard to hide that. Where I live, I've seen a couple of drones close, if not in my driveway. Don't know where they coming from, or who flying them, or where the neighborhood. But the thing is, if somebody out flying a drone at night, and everybody in the bed, and they see everything in your backyard, you will never know. I have literally saw drones in my front yard. The kids have spotted them out. And there's no way to find out who it is. So sometimes in an emergency, we probably won't even be able to grow. That's why it's important to do it now and put back. Tanya said have a little bit of everything. Exactly. Yeah, I understand that traveling through, but we're talking about an emergency situation. We may not be able to. We may not be able to get dragon fruit and no other fruits out the store. That's my main thing. I'm trying to focus on what we need to prepare for if we can't do the garden and stuff like that. You know, being prepared. And there's a lot of people that cannot garden. There's a lot of people that can garden, but they can't raise, you know, meat and stuff like that. It's just, the thing is, I have did a lot of teaching on this channel, but now it's more of I have to do what's best for me and my household. And so I've had to downsize a lot of things, you know, and make sure I don't work myself, because I still have a lot on my plate, and I know a lot of y'all can relate to that. That's why I don't have the chickens and crab. And I'm telling you, I don't miss them. At this point, I don't miss them. I don't miss them because it frees me up, you know. And then I don't know what'll go on or whatnot. And they got all this other stuff in the air, and chickens and stuff dying and all that. It's just too much. I don't know if I keep speaking about the fruit. So it's all right traveling through. So yeah, y'all. So that's what I wanted to pop on here and say. Give y'all the information. And just know this. Everybody ain't going to be on the same page. Everybody is not going to come to you in a positive way. And have good intentions about, you know, don't do this, don't do that. You got, when it comes to prepping, we have to do what's best for us. All of our preps, what we preps and stuff is not going to look the same, because we're all different and we all need different things. So I got you traveling through. And that what we got to remember. My preps is not going to look like yours. Now, when you see my preps, you know, they are what's best for me. The way I do it is to give you, what's the word? It's to motivate you and give you ideals. And then you take that and see if that works for you. See if, you know, I may haul in some viennas, and you may say I like potash meat better, or I'll be able to eat the potash meat and still control the sodium intake for that day. Either way it go, everybody's stuff is going to be different, okay? Yeah, sometimes I'm in the garden from 7 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. By itself is a lot. I'm not getting chickens and stuff. I'm connected with friends who has chickens. Got you, grown folks' perspective. And that's the thing. That's the thing. Um, and that's another thing. Everybody's household not gonna be the same. You got some people where there's more than one person that's got the same headspace when it comes to prepping and stuff. I've been open with y'all. In my household, I'm the only one that's into prepping. I'm the only one trying to figure out getting this, and I don't want to put a burden on nobody saying go feed the chickens, go do this because it's something they don't want to do. I'm not gonna force it. So that was another reason why I got rid of them, because it was too much for me. But as for prepping, sitting down saying I need this, I'm the only one in my house that feels that way. That, feels like, when to the extent that I am, that I'm doing it. So that's a lot right there. And a lot of y'all have already said that you deal with the same thing. You can't get nobody to be on the same page. Well, we just got to do it ourselves because it's going to be needed. It's like I'm talking to y'all and I'm trying to tell people to prepare. Of the same way I'm talking to y'all saying prepare, Oronde don't believe in this stuff, so it's like you're talking to the same person. It's like you're talking to the same person. I'm talking to y'all and a lot of people that don't believe, and I tell him like, you don't believe just like some of the people that don't believe. So I have it up close, and y'all have the same thing. Y'all have said y'all have family members that just will not listen, and just understand. It's a lot of households that's like that, but you got to do it. And I feel like be thankful that God has showed us what to do. Sometimes God draw people in. He don't draw everybody. He draw people in. Just keep it like that. Maybe we are the lucky ones that he know we can do this task. We can do this prepping task. Look at different accounts in the Bible. You had Noah. Noah was told what to do to provide for him, his family, and animals and stuff like that. Noah was chosen to do that. So you gotta look at it like that. Those of us that's prepping and stuff, maybe we was chosen to do it because the people weren't gonna be able to do that task. So gotta look at it that way. If you don't hold on to nothing else, hold on to that. Hold on to that right there when you're prepping. And that's what I do. I feel like Jehovah God, chose me to prep because nobody else was gonna do it. That's how I look at it now. Same in my household, but I put PSA out, and it's going to be like the little red hen scenario over here because no one around me is getting the message. I understand, Shauna. I understand. Said absolutely yes. Just know that your videos and information is helpful to me and my family. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Michelle Chapman. Thank you. Look forward to a lot of prepping and a lot what's going on, y'all. I let the vlogs, as you can tell lately, I let the vlogging go. I enjoy it, but it ain't doing enough for me. A lot of things we enjoy doing, it's not there. What I'm enjoying my life, I'm vlogging my life, me cleaning and all this, that, and the other. And I had to step back and be like, you putting in work doing this type of stuff, but that's taken away from what you need to be doing. When I walked in the room and saw my preps and know how long I've been prepping, and I've been allowing people to go in and eat, and they're not putting nothing back. That's another thing that I know y'all probably could relate to this. People will go into your preps and see your preps going down, and I'm talking about the grown people, and won't even replace it. That's what I'm putting a stop to right there. That's what I'm putting a stop to. Because you're never going to get more and more stuff because you're constantly replacing the stuff you already had. So things like that, I had to say, nah, I'm pump the brake back. While I'm too busy doing this, I've been letting my guard down here, and I know that this is what we need to do. So For those of you that don't want to see prepping, don't like prepping, don't want to hear me to sounding the alarm and saying this is my life. At this moment, it's done changed. Okay, again, and this is what it's gonna be. Because if I can get one new person to start prepping, that's one new person that'll have food, that'll have what they need. Win-win situation, you ask me. I'm the only one in my household, and I share it with my family. Sorry, y'all. I'm the only one in my household, and I share it with my family, the other people, and they looked at me like I was crazy. Wow, Shonda. Yeah. Yeah. Just think of you, probably one of the chosen ones to prep. Yup. Curly. Some people still drink from their faucets. Yeah. 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 I experience that every day. I don't drink no faucet water. Only those who are meant to see will see. Exactly, traveling through. Exactly. That's a good way to look at it. And so true. I am gifted in organizing and planning. Yes, grown folks' perspective. Yes. Everybody is not. Yup. And God knows the ones that is and ain't. He knows the one that is and ain't. I was called director growing up. I can see over the mountains and other. Tonya Reynolds. All right. So yeah, y'all. So we've been on here an hour and 18 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. The beginning of this live stream, if it don't pertain to you, then I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to everybody that said the stuff that I said, but it's true, and I have to speak the truth. Some people are like that, At this point, we got to do our other job. Our other job is prepping. Prepping is a job. Thank you, Tanya. Prepping is a whole nother job by itself, and that's what we have to do. So, we got to continue on, because the thing is, we don't know when, how, where, none of that. Okay. June is the final month to finish preparation. Just a feeling after that, it's going to be like, probably so. Traveling through, probably so. Have a blessed day, family, more grace. Thank you, Sandra. So y'all, I'm gonna get up off of here. Go relax a little bit, and I hope this live stream was informative. I hope it was. I hope y'all got a lot of information from it. I hope it was helpful. That's what I'm trying to say. Just pray we continue to be the ones that go see and act. Exactly. I have to watch the replay. Your kids did a great job on their channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't think my son, he decided he don't want to do YouTube. He bagged out, so I can't force nobody. Yeah. So I don't know what he gonna do. I don't know if he'll come back later and say I'm gonna do it. I don't know, but it is what it is. So when will you stream again? I don't know. Long Beach Joe Jets, probably gonna be more often, because like I say, I used to have this channel going in the prepping mode, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I let people stop me from prepping. I got tired of the naysayers, and now I don't care. So prepping is probably what you're gonna have a lot of over here. What's going on, keeping you up to date, showing you my preps, not teaching, showing you, giving you ideas. So I'll probably do more live streams. I don't know when I'm gonna do a live stream, because it's just something I just go with the flow, to be honest. When I put myself on a schedule, like far as I can put myself on a schedule on like what I need to do this day, but when I like set something, it's kind of overwhelming for me, so I just kind of go with the flow, So make sure y'all got y'all notification bells on, so hopefully you'll get notified when I go live. But it's on and popping out. We rolling, rolling, rolling. We rolling, rolling, rolling. You know, with what's going on, what we need to get. I see something. Make sure y'all go to my other channel, Amazing Grace Garden. That's where you'll have all the garden. I got a lot of stuff to do out here in the garden. Try to get out here tomorrow. I may go live tomorrow in the garden early in the morning while it's cool out. And I got a lot of stuff to do. There's videos over there of what happened in the garden. If you ain't watched those videos and you went in the live screen the other day, you will know what happened in the garden. And so some information over there you may need to know. I got to drop a lot of seeds. I got a lot I need to do. But that's on my second channel, which is all about, okay? So if you're not over there, go ahead and go over there, okay? So, how will we carry all the food? Huh? How will we carry all the food? I'm confused traveling through. Excuse you. So, but yeah, y'all. So I'm gonna end it here. In the comment section, you can finish that because I'm confused on that. Let's see, schedules or everything. Yeah, I can do the ones for today. Like today, I need to do this. But like my days, like today, I didn't plan on being sitting up in the dentist's office. I didn't plan on that. Got up that morning, need to take baby girl to the dentist. So that's why I say things just pop up and happen. And I'm that type when I need to do something like that. I don't waste time. You know, she has to she eventually have to get braces or whatnot. She has crowding. Some of y'all probably noticed the crowding that's going on in the front of her mouth. We talking about Kylie. So we're gonna get that fixed or whatnot. It's just that everything been so behind with the specialist that she has to go to, that they recommend her to, everything. So it's just been, you know, getting cleaned it. But now she's having a problem with one of the tooth, and we know something gonna have to be extracted. So we finally was able to get and that's gonna be like an hour drive away. So we finally was able to get her into the specialist after been trying for over a year. And then they don't take in the insurance that we have. They don't take it. So we're going to have to deal with them, let them see what needs to be taken out, and then go back to the other, let them take it out, and then go back over here, and then we're going to have to come out of pockets for her braces. Yeah. So that's why I say I have a lot to do. And those things like that, it has to be done. So that's just the way it is. So that's a lot of time I can't schedule. Oh, next week, God said the same. Next Wednesday, I will be starting back to work out with me. That is not done. That is part of fitness. It will be over here. It will be starting back next Wednesday. I'm going to do 3 p.m. The reason why I'm doing 3 p.m. because it gives me time to be in the garden while it's kind of cool out and then preserve what I need to preserve. So working out, our walks will start back next week, Wednesday, 3 p.m. Now, I will schedule that. God said the same. Okay, I'm not giving up on the workout. It's just I had a lot. I had Tatiana graduation. I had other things with my kids. I have to get their school stuff back to K-12 so I can get their new stuff. I have had a lot of stuff to do, and then, like I say, we having to try to get her into the dentist's office. Well, we already knew that, but I'm thankful today that they did get we did get a appointment that's not a year out, for her to go to the specialist. So I'm thankful for that. But like I say, when I was like, okay, we're going to the dentist, I called, like, they's like, we can't get it, but we can squeeze her in. We close it at da da da. I'm like, look, if you can squeeze her in, I'll be there. We had to jump up, go ahead, because I don't play about my kids and their health and all that. If something wrong, I get them where they need to go, and that just is what it is. So I didn't plan on spending my morning in the dentist's office. Okay, and that things like that happen. So scheduling for me for as live screens, seems like every time I tried to do that, it just, yeah, it didn't work. So that's why a lot of my live screens is just random. Okay. Amazing Grace Garden. Yes, PNG. Thank you for putting the name in the chat. As in, we need to exercise and get strength. Oh, okay. Got you traveling through. Yep, that's gonna start back up the workout and start back up. I'm not stopping that. As long as I got will and God say the same, I'm not stopping that. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all for understanding. Those of you that do understand, thank y'all so much. And I will see you on the next one. We in prep mode over here, okay? We in prep mode. The channel is in prep mode, all right? We have to walk it out, old stuff to the new. Yes, traveling through. Yep, exactly. So you're welcome, Curly girl. So I will see you on the next one if it's God's will. Y'all be safe. I love each and every one of y'all. Mwah. Bye.